So there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing.
2024 has started off with a bang. Already, we have Katt Williams coming in dropping straight bombs. Now, during his interview, he went at a lot of people's heads. A lot of people that was chilling, I wasn't even thinking about until he said something. And one of the people he decided to get at was Ludacris. I'm not sure why. I don't know if Ludacris said something about him in the past or whatever, but Shannon Sharp asked Katt Williams if he was related to Ludacris, and that opened up a can of worms. For copyright purposes, I'm not even gonna play everything that Ludacris had to say. You can find the freestyle. It's out there. I am going to play a small clip of Ludacris responding to Katt Williams and then Charleston White responding to Ludacris. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video because what I'm going to reveal, I promise, is going to be some extremely valuable information for you.
Comedians check your temperature.
Everybody overlooking the fact that nigga Ludacris, he responded with a rap song. That lets you know how fucked up this shit is. Nigga, if you say I've been at a gay party getting fine, I ain't finna make you no song, nigga. I'm finna call you a motherfucking lie. Why you nigga call that? Nigga, I'm gonna call you on your phone, nigga. You lying. You ain't seen me in no mother. That nigga made a rap. That nigga responded with a jingle. Say, that lets you know he guilty. Nigga come back with a rap song. A hell of a rap song. Nigga ain't rapped in 20-some years. This nigga ain't made a rap song in 20 years. Soon as Katt Williams say, hey, I seen you coming out that funny room though, nigga. With walking bow-legged, you were not needed before you went in. You dive and rub together. You come out of that bow-legged.
If I was being 1,000% honest with you guys, I don't give a damn about none of this. In the context of speaking about whether or not Ludacris did this or Ludacris did that, the thing that really interests me the most about this whole situation is when Katt Williams brought up the Illuminati. Now, for young people, because I do have a young audience out there, some young people that watch, you might not remember in the mid-2000s when Illuminati was all the rage. That's all people talked about, right? And it was a deep rabbit hole. Everybody was Illuminati, and looking at people talking about whether they sacrificed their loved ones and what they had to do in order to be able to become famous. And so, you know, for those of you that don't know what the Illuminati is, it is a secret society, and these people are known to be the carriers of the light, but they worship Satan, and you know, they call Satan Lucifer, the son of the morning. And the whole thing is that this is the type of energy they coming with, the destructive energy. And so one of the things that we always hear a lot, and Katt Williams said it in the interview, is that Satan can't give people blessings, not even his own people, not even people that claim to worship him. So we see what's going on with P. Diddy and with a lot of these people in the industry that once, you know, you finish getting used up, they discard you, right? But the damage that you've done to the culture to have your animal comforts for 20, 30 years, 40 years, that permanently resonates, you know, with people that grew up in that era that was influenced. You know, media is a very, very powerful tool. The devil knows that, and a lot of times uses that. And I don't know if y'all remember Clarence Avant, the Godfather, the Black Godfather. They came out with a movie about him on Netflix. The next thing you know, like a year or so ago, his wife randomly just ends up getting murdered from somebody breaking in the house, right? And so the whole theory about the Illuminati is this big theory. Some people call it a conspiracy theory. And the only reason why I actually care about this is because we are living in a time where it's good versus evil. And depending on what you are dealing with in your life, you are affected by this in various different ways. For example, you may be mad at the feminist movement. You may be saying to yourself, man, these women out of control. We need to get these women in order. You know, whatever happened to the traditional woman? Well, if you really stop and think about it for a second, most of the things that we consider to be traditional, where do they come from? They come from scripture. They come from a spiritual text that gave people a way to live for thousands of years. The same hymns or the same psalms that you read today in the Bible, those psalms were there in the 1700s, the 1500s, right? They was there AD or BC. They was there BC, before Christ. Christ, the Psalms existed, Proverbs existed. So when we talk about tradition goes way back. And so many of us are affected by Satan's work, but we don't really care because we're not affected by it at a level in which we do care until we don't care no more. Like I said, being in the manosphere, we got a lot of men that talk about where women are and how women are acting. But every time you see women acting a certain way, it's also because men start acting a certain way. So there's a quote that says, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Now, if we look at this whole idea of a strong man, what is a strong man? What is the foundation of a strong man? The foundation of a strong man is not necessarily his brute, is not necessarily his force. The requirements of being a strong man are deeply rooted in your spirituality and how you stand on your square. So if you are weak morally, then you're gonna create hard times because you're weak morally. If you're strong morally, you're gonna create good times. But a lot of times what happens in good times is that men become attached to their things as opposed to being attached to what created those things. It's like when Tiger Woods fell off with golf. What did Tiger Woods say? I gotta go back to the basics. Anytime people lose their way, they always say, I gotta go back to the basics. But typically, people lose their way during good times because there's no resistance. They believe they shit don't stink. And so when Katt Williams was talking about Ludacris, the Illuminati, and all of these things, I just want to bring it to everybody's attention that if you have an issue with feminism, if you have an issue with the media and the twisting of narratives and never being able to get a straight story and, you know, all of the things that you see going on in this world, I'm not saying that it's coming from Illuminati, but I'm saying that you can see a lot of evil going on around you. I'm talking about pure evil. When you listen to the music that's out, when you look at the movies and the agenda being pushed, when you look at transhumanism, when you look at all of these things, they all have their root in evil doings and people that uplift those evil doings. And so to me, if you focused on whether Ludacris is gay or not, or whether he did something in a party, then to me, you still focused on the wrong thing. I believe at the end of the day, what people should be focusing on is the fact that what Katt Williams is talking about right now is the war of good versus evil.
When you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks.
Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now? It's part of what they give you.